Hi guys, Bill, Mufasajeep. So today we got all these strings of 71-inch lights. In the video with the hood thing, I thought it was 71 inches would go all the way around. It wouldn't. It was actually two of these strips to do your hood. So I was mistaken. I had actually done it a while ago, so I forgot. But today we're going to take these strips and this plastic pry tool right here, and we're going to install more of these on Mufasajeep. So we'll go through how we're gonna pull this off. I already kind of pre-measured, so we're gonna start way back here, and we're gonna run it underneath this thing right here. Hopefully it works out and doesn't look like crap when we're done. We're gonna run it all the way around here. Then I'm gonna drop the wire in behind here and pick it up down there somewhere, and then hopefully connect into my rock lights. And we'll get it all hooked up, and then I'll put another one down here on this rail, and I'm probably going to zip tie it in too, because you figure with these wheels sticking out the way they do, this is going to throw crap all up and down through here. So I don't really trust this 3M, 2M, whatever they're putting with this stuff. So it's not very sticky, so I don't think it's a very good seal. That's why I think putting it in between where it smashes it in there is going to help, because then it's not going to want to come out. And this thing's pretty tight. When I take this pry tool, we'll just go ahead and get this started. And it's a plastic pry tool, so I can poke my nail under there. So if we take this, I kind of want to start this as well. So when we get this started, it's childproof. You're going to have to hold on a minute. There we go. It's just this sticky stuff isn't really. Watch, I'm really going to fight with it now that I did that. But we'll see. You don't know until you try. So I just got to peel this red stuff back, and I'm just going to get it started. Because I think if we get it laid in there, then and this stuff is sticking out, we could actually. Really? Hey guys, comment if you really like peeling this red stuff when you're putting these things on. So it's probably the funnest part of this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this started right. Ooh-wee, that's tight. Watch me like disconnect this from the Jeep, and then or break it or something. Wow, that is really. Holy cow. I want to get it under there real far too. Maybe if we go from this side. I want to get it in there so it's just like that almost, so we can get it really seated like that, so it's just barely peeking out. And then maybe we can make our way. Let's do this. Maybe I'll peel it as I go. I don't know. Learning as we go here. You got flies landing on me. Red tape's messing with me. What's going on here? So we're just gonna get it right up to the edge like that. Peel this back. We're gonna keep running around here like this. And I'll go ahead and get this in, and I'll get right back with you guys and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we got this all tucked in. You can see I started right here, and it was kind of edged out a little bit to where it was peeking out past this black, and I liked it pushed in just a little bit further. So I just kind of worked it in as I went back. Try to get it as straight as possible. You see some parts aren't exactly straight, but it's a wiggle woggle. It's like a noodle. So this is all in place. I tucked the wire back here, and I have some super sticky adhesive stuff back here to hold it down against the back of the bed. Fished it in behind this thing, and then the wires are going to drop down right here. I'll also zip tie those up, keep them away from the suspension. And then underneath here I have rock lights. I have just 2-color rock lights, so they're just power and ground. Same as this, power and ground. So I'm going to splice into there so that when I turn on my my remote box, what'll happen is my rock lights will fire up, and then this bed light will fire up all together, and that's when we'll have lights on these. It's going to be really hard to see in the light. So what I'll do is I'll finish up this install. I'll connect these. I'll even probably show you how I connect them underneath to the rock lights by splicing in, because they're all very low power. So once I do that, then we'll go ahead and we'll fire them up in the light, but you guys probably won't be able to see them. They don't look like very much when it's this sunny out, but at night when you fire these up, it's gonna light up a lot. Like if you've seen the ones with the hood, it's crazy how much light that these little strips put out. They're actually really, really cool. The second part of this was I was gonna run these right here, and I just figure with the dirt and debris, who's Debert? the
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, Debert and Ernie. It gets on the inside, those slick little characters, and then they make this stuff not stick. So I started to do this, but then I decided I don't like this, so I'm gonna have to rethink it. I'm not gonna put these on for today. Like I said, like you could see, like there's no tacky to this at all. It's better when it's sandwiched or when it's under your hood like that. So we're gonna go ahead and call this a dud. It just doesn't work for me. I don't like the aesthetic of running all these zip ties up and down the frame like that. Like it looks like crap, and I don't want it to look like crap. So that one's out. So I'll go ahead and make the connection underneath here. Get these wires all buttoned up so they don't drag or hit the tires, or if I'm off-roading, they don't get ripped off, because nobody likes to do things twice, right? So once I get all that hooked up, I will go ahead and we'll bring you guys back. We'll fire this up. Not that I think you're going to be able to see it, but I just want to show it finished. And then later on tonight, I'll do a short with both bed sides lit up, and we'll just do a little quick walk around, probably like a 10-second, 30-second video, and it'll be a short after this little episode airs. So we'll have you back here in a minute after I get this all hooked up. Come down here. Okay, so what I did is we have a rock light right here. I cut that in half. You can see half's here, half's here. They're real close to touching. And then here's our bedside lights. So what I want to do is I'm going to take black to black, and what we're going to do is twist these around. You want to get them nice and level with each other. Get these nice and level. I'm going to get them nice and twisted up. I'm going to make a good connection between the two. Now what I'm going to do is put a male or a female push end in here. Get it in there real good. We're going to get our crimper. We're going to crimp this bad boy up. Crimp it down real good. Okay. Now I want to pull on it. Make sure neither one of these wires wants to pull out. Guys, it's not good for your wires to pull out. Slide in closer. So same thing. We're going to take and couple this red to this red. I'm going to twist it around. Get them nice and twisted together. So we got those two twisted around. And then we're going to grab the same thing. We had a male end. So this is a female end. For all the people that don't know, this is a male end. It's a blade. Kind of self-explanatory until you drop it on yourself and can't find it. Here it is. So we're going to stuff it in there. We're going to hang on to the wire and the end at the same time. We're going to get our crimpers. That's not them. Those are wire strippers. You're probably sitting on them, or they're behind my head, or here they are. So then we're going to crimp this one down real well. Make sure your wires are jammed in there real good. Crimp it down. So again, we have red and red together, black and black together. We're pulling these independently. They're in there and they're good. Next part is pretty simple, because take our black, twist it around so it's not just little strands, nice and bunched together. Stick it in here. Get in there, little baby. Let's get it in there. We want to hold the wire so it's nice and deep inside the connection. And then we're going to crimp this one down. Make sure we're not crimping both wires there. Okay, crimped real well. There we go. It's not pulling out. One more. And I like doing this because, like, if I ever have to diagnose something, we could take these ends apart. So, I'm going to take here, go here, slide it in. Same thing as the other ones. Get it in here nice and deep. Go to that second. There we go. So now that we have all this together, pull on it, it's nice and tight. So we want to go red to red, black to black. So there's our blacks. This is our black right here. We're just going to go ahead and plug this in. And then we're going to plug our red in. Sometimes when you crimp these down, you see how this pushes blade up against the side. You just want to take your nail and put it in there, get it back in the middle, because this female is directly in the middle, so if we get it in the middle, then it's more likely to slide right in, and we want to make a good connection here. And you want to push these and make sure they seat all the way down. You can see this one's barely in there. There we go. So there we go. All our connections are made. I'm going to take and independently wrap these with black electrical tape, and then I'm going to zip tie them so they're not, find a place to zip tie it so it's not like dangling like this when we're going down the road and all that stuff. And I think we got a pretty good connection. So now that we have this plugged in, we can go ahead and excuse me, we can go ahead, and what I'm going to do next is I killed the power for the battery before I cut that wire, before you cut your rock lights or whatever. So this is my popper box right here. So the power goes from the battery into here and into this box, and then I have that remote controller. So what I did is I kicked, this is a little breaker. So I kicked the breaker off before I cut the wire, because you don't want to cut wire. I mean, I don't have it on in the car, but just to be safe, I made sure that there's no power going to those rock lights. Now that we know that we made a good connection over there, I can go ahead and turn that breaker back on, which powers this box. And we'll see if we got light on this. Like I said, during the day, it's going to be very hard to probably see. We're going to have a better chance of seeing it at night. So this is hooked into my rock light. So as soon as I press this button, it should fire right up. Can't tell. I think I got an issue. All right, we got an issue. Maybe that wire was a little too tight. It's not making good connection or something, because I know that my rock lights from here back run in a series with this. So with that being said, I could tell that this rock light's not on. So let me diagnose and see if I made a bad connection or something, and we'll figure it out real quick. All right, so what had happened was, I don't know if you guys noticed me struggling underneath the Jeep a little bit. When I cut them, there wasn't very much length in the wire. So when I was trying to push them together, the ground had actually just, that wire's so small and just weak. So when I pushed the male female together, it broke the whole ground in half. So I extended the wire and then rehooked it all up, fired it up, and here's the result. So there we go. Bedside lights work. They come on and off with the rock lights underneath, and so all the rock lights come on together. So if I turn them off with the box, turn it on with the box. There it is. So, ta-da! Bedside lights. I think they look pretty cool. So, stay tuned for more stuff. I'm gonna get the Arctech brace eventually for the back, and we'll weld that on. We got Jeep Beach coming up in 3 weeks ish, so we're really excited to go to that. Mufasa will be there. Should be a good time. Hopefully, if you guys see us out and about, stop by, say hi to us. We like to meet the people that watch our channel. You know, Mufasajeep on YouTube or Heffalump on YouTube. Either or, we're both going to be there. And stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully, it's the Arctech brace for the rear Dana 44.